Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Bradley.
American ready.
I'm Evil Mog.
And I'm Dave Bales. Welcome to Not the Situation Room. Well, I got to spend the last week with Mog up in Canada. That was fun. His stomping grounds, not mine. All he
Hey,
did
it
was
was
make fun of how I
fantastic.
eat my steak.
Well, to be fair, you eat like shoe leather, and I warned you at that last restaurant. They warned you at that last restaurant, and I was right.
You were 100% right. I mean, don't order it well done if you go to a nice place. They'll burn it on purpose.
It's either that or I've been to some nice places that will look you straight up and say no.
Did he
And
ask for ranch?
yeah, and she wants ranch to dip it into.
They asked him if he wanted any sauce for his shoe leather, and he said no.
I
I told him medium well should be good enough for his taste, knowing him, but
I should have listened. I mean, and then I should have listened to the "Do you want sauce" part because that was the only thing that was going to be remotely edible.
So Dave can pretend all he wants. He's been out with me a few times, and I know I've seen him eat a medium to medium well steak and look me right in the eye and say, "This is all right. I kind of like it."
It was
So
medium
don't.
well.
So you see, I'm really kind of jealous that you guys got to do that again because I was there with you last year, and the only issue I have is when I go, I stick out like a sore thumb. They know I'm American before I even open my mouth.
They do. This must be where we've inserted the witty banter.
It is, and I don't know what it is that gave me away as American, but somehow they just knew.
You know,
you
you would fit right in Calgary.
that's what I was gonna say. That's my hometown's national or provincial hat.
Well, there you go. I'll have to remember that next time.
Yeah, just walk around saying A and a
And
boot.
sorry,
Sorry.
Dip your fries in mayonnaise,
gravy.
and you'll be fine, or
Oh
gravy, and you'll be
no,
fine.
I can't go that far. All right, guys. You know what? As much as I'd like to do this for the whole 20 plus minutes because this is fun, at least to me it is. Catching up with you guys is always fun. But
Absolutely.
we got a job to do.
We do. So let's get started with everyone's favorite AI, Claude. No applause. All right. Security,
That awkward silence was perfect.
wasn't it? Security researcher Alexander Hanft discovered Claude Desktop for Mac OS silently installs native messaging host manifests into multiple Chromium browser profiles, including uninstalled browsers. I don't, I
How do you
don't,
install something into an uninstalled? Yeah, I don't
you
know.
know, I read it 3 times and I still couldn't figure it out.
Just keep going.
Ah,
Look, you
Keep
call it
going.
spyware. I just call it unauthorized telemetry.
well, they
Definitions.
pre-authorized 3 Chrome extension IDs, enabling browser automation when combined with matching extensions, recreating after deletion on Claude Desktop relaunch. While native messaging is standard and the bridge currently does nothing alone, Anthropic's red team testing showed that 11.2 to 23.6% prompt injection success rates. And the prepositioned bridge creates a potential user privilege backdoor outside browser sandboxes. Anthropic hasn't publicly responded despite community discussion or published technical privacy specs for data flows with Windows and Linux behavior undocumented. So it's just targeting us Mac people.
You know, I really, really like Anthropic's products. I mean, they have put out some amazing stuff, but then they've also just left gaping holes. Like, guys, do better.
I don't know
Need a
that this
business.
is, yeah, I don't know that this is necessarily meant in the way that it's taken. I think their intentions were good since it does nothing now.
Yeah, you know
Like
what
It
the
it's
doesn't
road to
mean
vibe
it.
coded security, man. That's just the way it works. I mean, it's an AI company. What do you expect?
you know what the road to hell is paved with, right?
Good
I mean,
intentions.
AI companies?
Yeah,
I
good
wanted to.
intentions and AI companies.
Yeah, both of them.
I want to look up this uninstalled browsers thing. Like, is it not recognizing pointer records or something? Like,
Well, I don't know what it's installing to though. That's the part that I don't
It
get. I
could be
get that.
pre-populating like OS, pointer stuff when you install the browser and someone picks it up. It's kind of like pre-configuring an Office suite on Windows. I don't know. This is a guess.
I'm
I don't
loving
know.
I'm loving the
Uninstalled it,
recreation. Sorry, go ahead.
uninstalled it, but it's not deleted yet. But AI is like, yep, it's still there. I can see it.
Well, so one of the hot takes says pre-installing manifests into browser profiles from browsers not yet installed crosses fundamental consent boundaries. If McAfee or Norton ever did this, the security community would rightfully call it malware behavior.
So
So, I mean, it doesn't cover the uninstalled, but it does cover the preloading manifests.
I'm jumping ahead to one of your hot takes that you've got here because it was something I was going to say anyway, and I kind of felt like it was going to steal my thunder if I let you get to it before I say it. But just in general, the acceptance of AI just doing this stuff is the part that's blowing my mind. I mean, what it says here, normalizing invasive system modifications.
I mean,
That's
that's what
that's a
Windows does. So, I mean, is it any different?
but we complained about it then too.
But have we, as a security community, just embraced AI blindly like the general population has?
So no, we haven't
There you
embraced
go.
it blindly. We've embraced it knowing that the vulnerabilities are there. That's not blind.
Right,
That's
right.
job
We
security.
know. Yeah, we know, and we
We
need
have a
them to be
choice.
there.
We don't have a choice. The speed of business is overtaking everything, and we have to catch up.
It's either I'm going to be in front of the train or riding the train. I may as well ride the train because it pays more and it's more fun.
Yeah, the train's gonna go regardless.
Yeah, 100%.
But yes, this is right to call it out. But like, here's the thing: we're calling out, say, Norton and McAfee if they did this, but Microsoft embeds their stuff deep into their operating systems. I mean, Mac is just catching up. It's feature parity.
See,
Mac wanted to wear the big boy pants. Guess what? Welcome to the club.
you
They
know,
got to get the train up to 88 miles an hour.
I accept the general risk.
You,
It's fine.
you clicked accept.
I did. I clicked, I accepted the EULA as it stood.
It's getting to the point now to where it's not a vulnerability. It's because it is a feature. They
It's a
knew that's what,
feature.
but the line being blurred between vulnerabilities and features is starting to become concerning.
It's just enhanced scope creep, or what else would we call this?
Guys use any more buzzwords to define this,
Attack
I'm gonna
surface,
win
exposure
bingo.
management.
We have it all. Ladies and gentlemen, buzzword bingo for April 28th.
I'm still loving the what was the word? What would you call it? Something about telemetry.
Oh yeah, unauthorized telemetry.
There it is, unauthorized telemetry. That one's just perfect.
There you go.
And on that note, I think we should jump to the next one because I think Mog is champing at the bit to do this.
Ah, yes. I'll let you read it and I'll give my commentary. How's that sound?
All right, all right. I thought you were gonna read it, but I guess I can do it. Hold on.
He's got stretch to read.
Yeah. While the industry has treated post-quantum cryptography as a distant milestone, the year of quantum security in 2026 has shifted the focus towards immediate operational mandates. Federal agencies and global standards like NIST and FIPS 203 are now moving from research into pilot deployments. Yet the real threat remains the harvest now, decrypt later strategy used by nation-state actors.
All right, I'll stop you on that part. So, I mean, everyone's talking about hold now, decrypt later. Everyone's talking about how we capture a whole whack load of documents from somewhere after I've hacked you, and I'm going to hold on them for basically forever because they're encrypted with AES 256. And one day, a quantum computer should be able to decrypt symmetric. I'm not concerned about decrypting symmetric. Grover's algorithm doesn't hold up anyways, especially when it's parallelized. What scares me is the asymmetric encryption. Things like OpenID Connect, SAML, RSA 4096 protecting VPN certificates, your basic core authentication to a network. So if I have a magical quantum computer tomorrow, say I'm a nation state or I'm a large company like Big Blue or Google or whoever has one of these things, I'm not going to go attack symmetric keys. I'm going to go attack the crypto system, have the crypto system tell me, here's all the symmetric keys, and then download fresh up-to-date copies of all the documents anyways. That's far more efficient than going individual key at a time because the quantum computers be expensive and messy and barely work at first anyways.
Yeah, I
You know
heard
what would stop this?
who?
AES 512.
No, AES 256 is still strong enough, even with the most up-to-date quantum computers for the next 30 years, will at most get degraded to AES 192, maybe AES 128. I still think that's okay. It's the RSA part that scares me or the elliptic curve.
Well, I heard the perfect analogy because we were talking about how much it's going to cost. It's going to be expensive. And it goes like this. Do you remember when DVD players cost $1,000? I used
Sadly.
one the other day to kill a bug in the corner of the room. Eventually, it's going to get cheaper to do this and it's going to be more beneficial. For the next 20 years or next 10 plus years, it's not going to be cheaper. It's going to be expensive and it's going to be pointless at that, until we get to the point where the technology is cheap to use. Who's actually going to pay for this?
And it's gonna be 20, 30 years after they first have Q-Day come out, which means I'm guessing, let's call it, they've been saying 5 to 15 years for the last, 20 years. Let's just say, for example, it's 5 years. Say 2031 comes around and Q-Day hits, it's still going to be 20 more plus years before they scale it down, by which point I'm going to be retired.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
There's
just
definitely
anybody,
that
not
fiscal
just
reward.
anybody can set up the environment that maintains all of the required shielding and the ability to maintain absolute zero in order for their quantum computer to not malfunction. So, I mean, let's talk about step one there to begin with.
Right. Well, I remember hearing about some of the quantum computers. They basically have to wait until there's enough product or things to do that are even worth spinning up the quantum computer to pay for the processor,
Hmm.
the power and everything. So it's like even in the future when it does become cheaper, like what's the benefit for like waiting all that time on the data that's going to be 20, 30 years old at that point
Like,
versus having a quantum? I mean, that's nation state stuff for a
it is.
while.
I'm okay with capturing all the documents. I mean, here's the thing. I only need to crack one key to go decrypt all of those documents. It's be the master key that then talks me to the rest of the system. So the capture now part's good. It's just we're focusing on the symmetric part of the equation when we should be focusing on the authentication systems. Everything goes around that ecosystem to handle the key handling material. So that's why just holding out decrypt later sounds kind of silly to me when it's like, oh, and I'd much rather go after sign-ons to AWS, sign on to Google, go check Google Gmail. Like that's far more valuable to me.
All right, what's the weakest point in that chain?
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right, so one of the hot takes that it says here is, let's see, organization is treating PQC as a one-time migration project will fail catastrophically. Crypto agility requires black box, policy-driven automation with no humans in the loop as algorithms will continue evolving over the next 10 to 20 years.
I agree with that part. So here's the thing: post-quantum cryptography is still in its infancy, and there's going to be some new attack that comes out. Waving my crystal ball here, someone's going to find a classical attack against post-quantum crypto, for example, and they have to swap things out. It's like the same thing with the SSL TLS certificate lifetime. It used to be like 4 or 5 years, and down to 2 years, then down to 1 year. Now it's going down to like eventually 47 days in a couple of years. Being able to swap out certificates and cryptographic protocols as the RFCs evolve, or even as the key material changes, is something most organizations suck at today. I mean, we can't even change out a Surface account password half the time without breaking prod on a Friday. So this is the part that actually matters.
And what I love about you pulling out your crystal ball is that some of the algorithms for the post quantum cryptology, that word, are named after kyber crystals and dilithium crystals. I looked that up one day and it was pretty awesome.
Somebody couldn't decide on Star Wars or Star Trek, so they just went with both.
Yeah, that's what they
Basically,
did. They
I
played
don't
Uber
blame them.
nerd.
I don't
What if
blame
this
them.
all what if this all turns out to be a big nothing burger?
It very well could.
Yeah, and
Or
that's what I keep thinking is this could end up being absolutely nothing.
the
or
Quantum
problem is
computing
though,
may not
most
be.
orgs don't actually look at what crypto's installed. I mean, I've seen DES installed in this the year of our Lord 2026.
Oh Lord.
So like the fact that DES is still in production means this whole exercise is good from the overall ecosystem, but like let's not quantum is not the main driver of this. I mean, it is because it's eventually coming, but being able to swap out the algorithms as required, as standards updated, and do it in an automated way, that's absolutely worth going for.
I was going to say, or there will be some crazy unforeseen breakthrough or development where we realize, oh, look, if we just do this, we can run a quantum level computer with minimal requirements.
Yeah, why don't we just get them mining bitcoins? Like make a whole new thing.
I mean, is it Is it impossible? No, it's improbable.
But science is scary stuff. I mean, I'm seeing stuff come in my lifetime I never thought I'd see, right? Like, when I was a kid, computers had what, 80 megahertz at the most tops if you're lucky. I
Yeah,
mean, 16 was common. Nowadays, I've got like the entire weapons lab inside my cell phone here.
That's what I was about to say.
It's like Dr. Malcolm said, you were so bothered with if you could, you didn't ask should.
Yeah, good one. That is definitely a good
it's
one.
good. Yeah.
But I know how we are, and we are always going to do it whether we should or not.
Yep.
That's how we got the T1000, folks.
Yeah. Well, let's start
Most
with
people
T8.
watching
Let's
the
go with
show would never
T800 first,
understand
one
that.
step at a time.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I mean,
Uh,
speaking of that, they definitely had like a marathon of robots the other day, and they broke a bunch of records with like running humanoid robots. I saw.
So
There.
on that note, we're going to chat about this forever and you'll kill some time. So what's our next one there, sir?
All right,
Bring it on, Eric.
our next one was on self-healing AI, the compressed attack path. Infrastructure is increasingly moving towards AI ops and self-healing systems that can autonomously reroute traffic or isolate nodes during a perceived failure. However, this creates a new dangerous access surface, maybe I should say attack surface, where an attacker can manipulate the AI's logic to trigger. Can you stop editing it while I'm reading?
I'm deleting the part I didn't want you to read.
Well, we're calling out all the little things throughout the podcast, so I had to have my section. Uh, anyway, to trigger a self-inflicted denial of service or to blind security controls under the guise of maintenance. As attack paths compress, moving from infrastructure lateral movement to simply compromising an AI's agentic identity, the security focus must shift from patching vulnerabilities to managing non-human identity permissions. And yeah, the whole infrastructure as a code, cloud, elastic, AI agents doing things automatically. I've seen this happen in environments before where you deploy AI and you've got all these resources behind it, making it do its thing. And next thing you know, you've DDoSed it because that automation was so resource intensive and you forgot to put a limiter or something in place.
You mean like the self-destruct button? Don't reformat more than 10 machines at one go?
Now, these are all just emergent behaviors that we haven't tuned yet.
So with this one, what's interesting to me is I actually have to take off my security hat for this to make sense because I'm immediately looking this. I see self-healing AI, and the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, well, you're gonna scan for vulnerabilities, and you're gonna go find the patches for them, and you're gonna update, and you're gonna keep me as secure as possible. But that's not really. I mean, that could be included, but that's not really what they're talking about. They're talking more about uptime self-healing, right? Where it says, autonomously rerouting traffic or isolating nodes during a perceived failure. Now, mind you, that failure could be due to a cyber attack, but I don't think it's mutually exclusive. We're talking about maybe an outage due to a down device or even a down route or something like that. And AI is going to go, oh, well, let's reroute this and let's fix this and let's get it back up again, which works great for the power grid. But for this, I don't know if I think it's that
So
smart.
I have an analogy for you on this. Remember how I said earlier that the business is really good about routing around damage, and when security provides friction, they'll route around us if we're not. I kind of ranted about this once or twice
Yep.
over beer in
Yep.
the past. Same thing with AI. They view blockers to their execution as damage, and now these new agents will route around. In this case, damage could be security controls.
I don't like those rules on your firewall. They're causing me to not be able to get to where I'm trying to go. Let's go ahead and route around that.
Yeah, I mean, you give enough of a mission, that's what it's going to do.
I mean, in the real world, we have to make whole presentations on why we need this control and how to do it properly to avoid risk, money, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no
This
kidding.
agent's just going to be like, I did it. Too late. Whatever.
Yeah, what do you
Well,
do? Fire the agent?
the third hot take is my favorite one. It was
You beat me to it. I was looking right at it.
yeah, zero trust is becoming standard with 91% prioritizing identity security, but non-human identity security for AI agents and machines remains dangerously immature. blah, 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 still treating machine authentication as an afterthought.
Yeah,
My thought on reading this was back in my day, we used to call them service accounts.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the issue is we're so hardcore with the zero trust and only limited allowance to what you need to get to only to do your job. But then when it comes to AI, you're just like, give it everything. What could go wrong?
Well, it goes down to we don't have just-in-time provisioning of access or intent-based assertions. Like, I intend this bot to be able to do this, this, and this. I don't intend it to be able to do this, regardless of the user's privs. None of that exists. That's all kind of an afterthought. So what are we going to do?
Yeah, I've seen it where some of it does exist, but very few are, have the maturity to implement all that while keeping up the speed of business.
Like, I'm just tired of hitting the yes button every time my AI bot works. I want to prompt every 30 seconds. I'm just going to hit yes, do whatever you want, and then all of a sudden I've lost prod.
Yes, yes, Claude looks good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no longer am I hitting yes. I'm hitting the little checkbox that says always accept yes, yes.
I
So
can't
Don't
laugh.
ask me to click yes again.
You guys are killing me. I can't laugh or I'll start coughing. It's funny, I swear.
So 90% of IT decision makers report skill shortages considerably impacting new technology adoption, with an estimated 5.5 trillion in losses. Yet 41% of organizations add new SaaS tools every 1 to 3 weeks, creating a doom loop where I love that doom loop.
Doom loop. That is so great.
I'm so holding on to that. Where tools sprawl outspaces the workforce's ability to secure and manage infrastructure.
That just sounds like sparkling technical debt.
I feel that. I feel that in my bones.
It's called getting older, but it happens to all of us.
Hey guys, we've decided on a tech stack with 1,000 agents that we don't know what they do.
Again, sounds like sparkling tech debt. We've gone through this before. They've
So,
gone through this all becomes legacy and then we start again.
But don't worry about the agents. We have assistants to help you with that. Gentlemen and Dave, I think that's a wrap.
You know, if I didn't think we'd get a strike, I'd tell you how number
I know
one
you
I think
would.
you are.
You behave yourself, sir.
I will, sir.
I'm always behaved.
True.
That always depends on what the standards of behavior are, though, and we haven't established those. So till there's a playbook, it doesn't matter. And on that point, thank you guys for your time. Thank you everyone for listening in and not turning us off up to this point. If you're still listening, please like, follow, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, and
We will see you next time.
I'll be back.